Hello, beautiful people. So we have in store for you right now is a moon salutation. So this is a really nice complement to a practice with a sun salutation because it's that divine feminine energy. So the sun salutation is the celebration of the masculine and being, you know, forceful and powerful and like getting things done. And the divine feminine is this like spiritual energy about like tapping into your inner self, going with the flow, counterbalancing that masculine energy with like self-care, sensitivity. And it's this idea that you need both of these energies to complete the whole. So we will hop on over to the mats, do a quick little intro, and then transition our way into the moon salutation. And I would recommend having your yoga mat like lengthwise to the camera because the flow is actually done facing the long edge of the mat. So you can get yourself all set up here. Come on over. And really root into those sits bones here, feeling them connect to the earth. And then let that be the foundation that lifts and lengthens you through the crown of the head, engaging in those core muscles while softening the shoulders. And allowing the eyes to soften or close. Engaging in some mindful breathing into the nose and out through the nose. Taking a big deep breath in, pausing, and then engaging the exhale. Nice and slow, no rush, nowhere else to be but here now. And checking in that the head is over your heart is over your center. And by that, I mean that you're not leaning forward, right? It's our tendency as human beings to always be trying to get to the next thing, but let's commit to being present in the here and now. And on an inhale, allowing those eyelids to flutter back open, bringing the hands to the knees and beginning to make some hip circles, but really opening up that heart space, lifting the gaze as you go forward. And exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the chin into chest as you go back. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Going one more time in this direction here, making the most of these movements and minutes that we have together. And then on the next inhale, reverse, going in the opposite direction. So inhale to open in the other direction and exhale to round in the opposite direction. Going deep here, doing the work, showing up. I'm proud of you. Way to show up. Let those get smaller and smaller and smaller till the head is over the heart again. The heart is over the center again. Big deep breath in through the nose, lifting and lengthening through the crown, and exhale. Turn and look out past that back shoulder. Inhale to return to center. Exhale to twist, making sure that the head is over the heart. The heart is over the center. We're not pushing anything here. We're not leaning to the side. It's about staying in alignment. A few more times on each side, using every inhale to lift and lengthen, and each exhale to explore how far you go into that twist. Evening out on both sides of the body here. Ooh, excuse me. And then inhale to come back to center. Let's bring one hand to the earth, the other arm up and overhead, reaching out to the side. We're keeping those shoulders open, and let's make it a flow. Inhale to center. Exhale to reach. Ooh. Oh, that feels good. All right. And the priority here is that those thighs stay firmly engaged to the earth. So if I was doing this and my legs were doing this, I would want to come back and only stretch as far as those thighs are going to stay connected to the earth. Our postures maintained in integrity right? Like doing it in a conscious way, moving the body will enable you to be doing yoga for another 100 years, or at least that's my goal, right? I want to be doing yoga till I'm 135. And that means doing the poses with awareness to the movements in relationship to my body to make sure I'm keeping everything in alignment and safe. Inhale, the next time you come to center, roll forward onto hands and knees here. Knees stacked under hips, hands stacked under shoulders, and then curl those toes under, lift the hips up and back, cuddle out the legs here, walking the dog, so to speak, going side to side, perhaps looking under the shoulder. Finding something that feels really good to you, that stretches something new, that wakes up a new part of your being. Inhale to lift those hips up and back. And then when you're ready, lift that left leg up to the sky and exhale, bend that knee, stepping the foot all the way up and through. And then back foot comes up to meet the front foot. Forward fold, allowing yourself to hang and be here. And then bit by bit, slowly rolling all the way up to standing. Whew. Turning to face the long edge of your mat here. Oh my gosh, it's so sticky. Whew. Hope you have AC wherever you are. All right. And then coming into mountain pose here. So feet hip width distance apart, parallel to each other. So toes facing the same direction. Thighs active and engaged here. Pelvis tilted slightly forward to help you lift and lengthen, extending tall through the crown. Shoulders soften, melting down the back body. Inhale, the hands lift to the sky, the palms touch overhead. Exhale, the hips go in one direction, the hands go in the other. Inhale to bring it back up to center. Exhale to twist other side here, opening up that side body, big and beautiful. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, take a big, deep step. Toes are now pointed towards either edge of the long end of the mat. And bend at the knees, bend at the elbows, coming into goddess pose. Inhale, straighten the arms out, straighten the feet, making them parallel once again to come into star. Head over heart, heart over center here, breathing deep. Now point the left foot towards the left end of the mat. So now you're facing that direction. Gaze follows that foot. That front leg is slightly bent. Big deep breath in to lift through the crown, and exhale. The hands begin to slide forward as the hips go back as far as you can. And then pivot just the arms coming into triangle. The abdomen is active and engaged here, holding you up, no slumping. Big deep breath in, exhale. That top hand floats down to meet the bottom hand, and then take a quarter step up with that back foot. So then it's now facing the right hand corner edge in the direction that you're facing. So coming into pyramid, nice flat back from the tip of the tailbone, extending out through the crown of the head. Big deep breath in here, and then exhale, bend that front knee over the front ankle. Bring the hands down to the earth. Step back with that back leg and melt the knee down. Inhale, finding that length and extension through the spine, coming into runner's lunge. Hips squared towards the front edge of the mat, so that left leg pulls back into the hip socket while the right hip comes forward. Finding that extension tall through the crown, and then inhale, the arms go back to come up. Exhale as you lean into that back bend here. Inhale brings you back for upright, and exhale brings you back down to the earth. Pivot now, facing the front long edge of your mat, facing me. Smile. Pressing into the knife edge of that foot, balancing on the toes, curled under here. And then option, keep those hands on the earth, or inhale, lift the hands to heart center. Pausing here for a breath cycle, staying strong. Exhale to melt those hands down to the earth. Walk your hands over towards the other edge. So now balancing on the ball with this other foot, pressing into the knife edge of that extended leg. Inhale, hands either to the earth or to heart center. Breathing deep here. One more big breath in, and exhale, float those hands back down to the earth. Pivot to face now the opposite short edge of the mat. Back knee drops to the earth, coming to the top of that foot or keeping the toes curled under, yogi's choice. Inhale, place those hands under the shoulders. Find that lift and extension through the crown of the head. And then always an option to stay here, or inhale, arms go back to lift up. Exhale, dip into that back bend, palms radiating energy towards each other here. Big deep breath in, and exhale, float those hands all the way down to the earth. Curl the back toes under and step back, step up about half step. So front toes are facing straight in front of you. Back toes are facing towards that left front edge corner of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen through that spine, extending out tall through the crown. Palms together on the inside of that right inner thigh. Breathing deep here. One more big breath here. And then inhale, take a step back about a quarter step. That same lift and lengthening through the crown, abdomen engaged. And then inhale, lift one hand to the sky, lift the top hand particularly to the sky. Breathe deep. You've got this, my loves. And then inhale, imagine like you're grabbing a hook and let it pull you all the way back up to star. Feet parallel to each other, arms extended out side to side. Big deep breath. And then toes go out to those corner edges of the mat, melting at the knees, melting at the elbows, coming into goddess. Breathing deep here. Inhale, step one foot up to meet the other, palm touch overhead, lifting tall, and then exhale. Arms go to one side, hips go to the other. Inhaling back up to center, exhaling to the other side. Inhaling back to center and exhale to melt the hands down to heart center. Bring a hand to the belly, a hand to the heart, and allow the eyes to soften or close. If you have time, feel free to lay out into a proper Shavasana here, luxuriating in the sweet moments of yoga, integrating this practice fully into the body. But for those of us that need to continue on with our journey, stay standing. Wherever you happen to be, take 3 deep mindful breaths, connecting to this body, taking note of how you feel now in comparison to when you first came to the mat. And then when you're ready, bring the hands to heart center. Allow those eyelids to flutter open. And knowing that my wish for you on this day and every day that follows is peace of body, peace of heart, and peace of mind. Namaste. Be well, my loves, and I'll see you next time. Bye.